All right, so as you can see, that is Edwin and I on the water. That's his first look at it. This is the very first time, like, we got there that morning. I installed the updates on his unit on his boat, and then we went and played with it. So as you can see, a really favorable reaction to this new technology that we've come up with. So, you know, some of the questions that we have seen is the active target the same as this, or are they different? So yes, active target is different. There are two types of different technology. But they're both items that you can use in the ultimate fishing system. We give you the greatest package available to try and find and catch those fish. So again, obviously, active target is your directional steering sonar. And then the Ghost 360 gives you the ability to use the nose cone of a Ghost 360, or the nose cone on your Ghost trolling motor, to give you the ability to do that 360 image. So one of the things that was asked is, you know, where are things in relation? So when you're looking at the screen, straight in front of you on the screen, that's the 12 o'clock position. That's right out in front of your boat. So everything kind of rotates within that. So if you're looking at something in front of you, it's in front of your boat. If you're looking at something on the back side of those range rings, that's to the back of the boat. If it's to the left, it's the left, and the right. So, you know, so that's just kind of a lot of information on that. We talk about the ability to use the 3-in-1 nose cone. So we kind of made a joke about it, that it basically turns it into a 4-in-1, because you have side scan, you have down scan, you have 2D sonar, and then now you have 3D, the 360-degree sonar with this also. Again, just another tool to put in that toolbox while you're on the water. What units does it take? We've talked about that. HDS Live, HDS Carbon, and the Elite FS units. It doesn't matter what size the unit is, it will work on all of those units, and all you have to do is update the software. So real quickly, we showed you how to update the software of the Ghost trolling motor. So as it was going through the pedals, you know, on the pedal, the lights were flashing blue back and forth while it was sending that information. Then when it got to the end of updating the trolling motor, it gave us like 3 or 4 beeps. So we knew the software update was complete from the foot pedal to the head of the trolling motor. Now we're going to talk about updating our LOWRANCE unit. Again, we still have the card in here. We didn't take it out. So if you have the software update on the card, you can either have the unit turned off and turn it on, or if your unit's turned on, all you have to do is press your pages key, come down to storage, and again, we're going to look at that bottom card. Now, I usually have several updates on one card. That way I don't have to have a card for each unit that I might experience in the field to update. So this one, we're going to scroll down until we see the HDS Live right here, 22.1 software update. I'm going to touch that. It's going to ask me to update. I say yes. We're going to update this display, and I say okay. So now this unit's going to restart, and it's going to start installing that update on this unit. So while it's doing that, we're going to go ahead and answer a couple questions we got. One of the things that was asked is, what's our speed rate for the 360 when it's making those spins? So if you're in low, it takes approximately 40 seconds to do the side to side to give you your 360 image. In medium, it takes about 30 seconds, and on high, it takes about 20 seconds. So as you were looking at that first part when we were on the water with Edwin, excuse me, as we were on the water, you know, we went to all 3 of those. Default is going to be medium. Then when we went to high, you know, again, it's a quicker speed, and we really didn't lose any detail. Now when we slowed down to that low, that 40-second scan, we got amazing detail. But what I really like is the fact that it doesn't matter if I'm scanning in low or if I'm scanning in high. I'm still getting really good resolution no matter what I'm using. So that's one of the things we really, really liked about it. So another question that was asked is, when you're using the 360, can you control your trolling motor? So can you have forward or sideways propulsion with it? Can you use it to move about while you're doing the 360 scan? The answer to that is no. While it's doing a 360 scan, if you touch the foot pedal at all, it will take you out of scan mode so that you have instant control of your trolling motor. We did that as a safety feature so that if you were getting pushed into bank, rock, other boats or something like that, you have the ability to instantly take control back over your trolling motor. What type of scenarios would I use that in? So basically, if I was like slow drifting down a bank or something like that, I would kick on my 360 as long as the wind's pushing me exactly how I want. Or if the current's at a really nice speed, that's how I would use it. I would just slowly drift and use it. So if I'm offshore on a big windy day, obviously the wind's going to be pushing me too quickly to effectively use it for the spot that I want. So, but again, it's a really great tool in the ultimate fishing system that we have. So this unit's still updating. So Jeremiah, do we have any questions out there?
Not one from this session, but people have asked in other sessions about the max range. So at 800, it's 150, and at 455, it's 300.
Perfect. Yeah, that's a great question. The what? Excuse me. What is the max range on this? So again, just like using your active imaging transducer, the ranges are the same. If you're using it at 800 kilohertz, then your max range is 150 feet to each side. So that means in that circle, if you had it maxed out at 150 feet, you're going to look at a total circumference of 300 feet. If you're running it at 455, then your max range, just like with active imaging, is going to be 300 feet to each side. So again, that's going to give you a 600-foot wide swath to look at. So,
Jerry asked, can you stick a waypoint on the 360 screen to mark structure?
Yes, you can. Yeah, Jerry, that's a great question. Jerry's question was, can we mark a waypoint on the screen on 360? So yes, if you find a piece of structure out there that's on the screen, you can reach over there, you can put a waypoint on it. So you have complete ability to do that. And we will show you that in just a minute. So excellent question on that, Jerry. Any other questions that we have there?
We had a question earlier that maybe you can explain is when you start a scan, how the motor starts at 0 and makes 180 scan and goes back and forth. Can you kind of visualize that?
Perfect. Yeah, that's a great question also. So the question is, when you start a scan, what does the trolling motor do? So when you hit the scan button, the trolling motor is going to center itself up on 12 o'clock. So if you're right up here, and we'll try to show you this in a minute with the head, when your trolling motor's down, even if you're pointed like this, once you hit scan, it's going to bring the nose cone straight to the 12 o'clock position, and then it's going to start its scan so that it always knows where it's positioned and that it's positioned properly to start the scan so everything looks right on your screen. So, looking at some questions here. Lance just asked, is the rotation of the Ghost head a big draw on your batteries? No, it's not. Again, you know, with the brushless motors that we have in this, we have really great efficiency on it. So you don't really have a whole lot of draw on your batteries when it's doing the scan. You're not going to have any more draw on the batteries than if you were using the foot pedal to turn the motor itself. So, Jeremiah, any more questions?
Not one from this group, but one you talked about the scan rates and the scan speeds, but also maybe talk about how you can't change the speed when the scan's engaged. So you actually need to stop the scan, change the speed, and restart.
Excellent. Yeah, that's another one that we got earlier. Changing your scan speeds from slow to medium to fast. To do that, when you go into the menu feature to do that, you have to stop the current scan you're on. So if you're currently scanning and you decide I want it to scan faster, you cannot just go in and change it to high. You have to stop the scan real quick, change it to high, and then hit scan again and start it at that speed. So again, really quick to get in there and do that. You know, it's not very complicated. A little bit of time on the water with this and you'll master all of the features. So in that first section, Edwin and I were out there and, you know, you saw his first look and his excitement on it. So the next thing you're going to see is he and I jumped off. We did a little dock fishing. We went to find some docks, kind of see how things look under the docks and stuff like that, and talk a little bit how he sees himself using this on the water when he's out there fishing. So let's go ahead and take a look at this portion of this webinar with Edwin.